Ciao, salve a tutti. Welcome back to Itali-Echo, a new episode of the only bilingual Italian American show in the greater Boston area. My name is Viviana Dragani, your host. And today I'm so excited to host an incredible music artist. Her name is Pearl Cutten, and she has one of the most remarkable voices you'll hear this year and any other year, combining her otherworldly vocals with her innate spirituality. Her voice is a feeling as much as a sound. So, I am a vocalist too, and I'm really impressed with her voice. So, to know more about her, stay tuned after the show reel. Pearl, how is working with Bentley Records? Tell us more.
Bentley Records and I have been on some kind of journey, I must say. They came at the right moment. I got the first artist development offer back in, I guess, 2022. And at the time, I didn't know what I was going to do regarding my career. So it just came at the right moment. And what I really like about working with Bentley Records is it's like a friendship that develops. You meet someone and you don't jump into things right away. You get to know each other, and that's what Bentley did. Bentley gave me the time to work on my new music and to actually allow me to be myself and kind of come up with what is my art. And in that way, Bentley Records got to know me as an artist, and like a friendship, that's when you kind of realize that, okay, this is the person I really want to spend more time with. Now with Bentley, they realize as an artist, we want to do more with this person, and this is just lovely.
That's great. And now let's talk about your album, Fragments of My Soul.
Yes, Fragments of My Soul is a project that is really, really dear to me. It is a project I actually started out with before working with Bentley, because I wanted to just play around with music genres that are soulful, but are not necessarily soul or R&B, but are soulful and that have like inspired me as an artist along the way, even though my love is really in the soul and R&B genre. I kind of explored other things on this journey as an artist. So fragments was of my soul is all of it, is all of the genres all together in one album. But what binds them together is my stories and the soulfulness that binds the whole project together. Yes.
Fantastic, thank you. And what is your background as a singer?
My background as a singer, I have been singing for many years, actually, even though I haven't had that big breakthrough, and now I'm getting it with Bentley. Um, I started singing at a very, very early age, and I have performed in bands and I started out as a backing vocalist, and started my own bands like in the middle of the 2000s already, actually. So it's been quite a journey for me, and I have performed, many places, many different places in the world, in different projects. I've worked with a project in Moscow. I've done some collaborations in South Africa. I've done quite a few things, done some things in Germany, um, but it's as if my own passion for what I really, really want to do only comes up really right now, um, where I feel I'm more of a complete person now.
Absolutely. Thank you. And so you mentioned the diversity of genres on your album. Please elaborate.
As I said, I wanted the soulfulness to be the glue. So you can hear some soulfulness in all of the songs, but I do have pop, I do have dance, I do have amapiano, a touch of amapiano because I'm from Botswana, and the South African music has always meant a whole lot to me, and I grew up with it. So I actually had to have one song at least that kind of showed that side of myself, my roots. And I have a little bit of a bluesy pop song, and I have a bit of a 80s 90s R&B type of thing going on as well. And what else? Yeah, and then I have soulful, very soulful jazzy songs as well, and a bit of funk. So I really try to cover the spectrum of what I love in music.
Thank you, Pearl. And your bio is really intriguing. Tell our listeners about your diaspora life and what it has meant for you as an artist.
Well, I came to Denmark when I was 14. It wasn't my choice. It was my mother and my stepfather's choice because he's a Dane. And coming to Denmark, which is a total, complete different culture, especially musically. It was hard in the beginning, and being 14 and not knowing yourself, you're only starting to get to know yourself. So it made me kind of reserved in the beginning, especially in my teen years. I then started writing my feelings down, and actually that is an inspiration to who I am and what I am today. It kind of started a spark of wanting to express myself. And I'm very, very grateful for that, actually. So you see, um, not all bad things are bad. Bad things can lead to good things. So living in diaspora actually really made me open as a person. And foremost, it made me reflect much more about myself, who I am, where am I going, what do I want to do. And this is also a gift. I think I have used my life in diaspora to get to know myself better, and to create and to get on this creative journey and keep on searching, because it's not always easy living in a foreign country, and it doesn't get easier with years. Sometimes it even gets worse, because you find out that you miss a lot of other things in life, but you become stronger.
I totally agree. I moved to the US in 2017, so I can totally relate. Thank you. So let's talk about spirituality now. What does your
Yes.
spirituality means for you as a person and as an artist?
It is my whole foundation. It is who I am. It has always been there in my life. even when I was a little girl, I remember being very much aware of certain things, and maybe that made me a bit of an odd child, and an odd person growing up. And it maybe made me someone who not always wanted to show that part of myself, because I had to be with people that weren't so much into it. So I had to step up in my life as I grew older, and I had to embrace who I am. And right now, I'm at the point where I actually love talking about my spiritual life, because this is what has kept me going in all the difficult times, in all the trials. And it is my inspiration to my music. It is my muse. It is everything that I live for, actually. Yeah.
Fantastic. And I am curious about your future projects and collaborations.
Oh my goodness. There's a lot coming up with Bentley. Um, right now, I am in what we call the Inner Circle group with Bentley. And the Inner Circle group is kind of a mentorship with Luca Days, who is the CEO. And in this process, we'll be actually working on a few collaborations. I think with Rich the Kid, um, he'll be the one I'll be collaborating with. And there is another collaboration that is coming in the near future, anytime from now, and that's with Buster Rhymes.
Awesome. And lastly,
Yes,
I know you also have other artistic interests, such as acting, right?
yes, yes. Actually, acting was my first love. Besides sitting and actually writing, I think music was more the writing in the beginning, coming out with words that needed to come out. But my first wish was to be an actress, and I was ready to go to for acting, to join in an acting proper acting school. But my stepdad at the moment didn't want me to. He wanted me to be something else. So yeah, that kind of diverted me a bit. But it didn't take long. Then I already got into projects that were still for acting. So I don't have a degree in acting as such. But I just started getting into projects. I started getting into dance theaters, and I started getting into amateur musical performances. And as time went by, then I started getting lessons, from different places. And I've been on an ongoing coaching, what you call it, coaching group in Denmark for 3 years now. And I enjoy it. I think after the COVID, I decided that I was going to pick it up again and pursue it more than because I had a few years before COVID where I had just put it aside and was only thinking about music. But right now it's actually going forward, and I really love doing it.
Thank you so much for joining us today, Pearl.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
And best of luck with your career and congratulations again.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having
My
me.
pleasure.